to change that to personal.
Yeah.
About inappropriate, everybody's gonna have a different idea of what inappropriate. How about if you just say reveals images such as.
Yeah, you can take out inappropriate. But reveals, I wouldn't put.
Okay, I'll find a different word.
About just starting with images such as, but not limited to,
Yeah,
you know,
okay, let me know when you get to the course of actions.
first offense, warning, removal of direct user to this phone.
My computer sometimes do, or I sometimes jump, retype it.
Okay,
It depends on whether the cat is lying on my laptop.
I see, okay.
So we've determined we can't remove these.
So,
Well,
no,
this, I don't, what is that? Warning removal of direct.
I said that you were listening. Pay attention, Bill. I said it depends on whether my cat is lying on my laptop when I type
Okay.
it. It comes up double. She likes to help. It should be warning removal of direct user to this policy.
What's the direct?
Oh, don't ask me, you guys, right? I had a lot of trouble with
The
this.
original one says, first offense, warning, remove post, direct user to policy.
Well, maybe that's what that should be, removal of post.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I'll have to get Squirt to remind me.
thank you, Felicia.
What is the disciplinary status that you're warning
You're on your second one.
them?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's how, yeah.
It's just, okay,
It's the warning.
that's your, all right.
Second is a warning and removal of the post.
Third is a stern problem.
For third offense, I would take out or website because, well, they really can't
Can't ban them from anything.
ban it from the website, and there's no opportunity for them to interact on the website anyway. They can't post anything on the website.
Okay.
But if we're also
Removal,
disseminating the information through Facebook or any other social media outlet, you can't really ban them that way either, right?
well, no, we're
We
not
can
banning.
we
we're
can
blocking.
block them from posting your comment.
It's not the same as ban.
Right. So it should be blocked.
You can
Or,
say block.
Instead of ban, use block.
yeah. Block user from commenting or posting. Oh, nobody can post on that website on Facebook.
Yeah,
So what do you want?
Well, they
Removal of
can,
post,
unless if the
block
comments
user
are
from
closed.
page
So-
or-
Say blocking from commenting on.
So they can't post?
They can comment.
They
on
can
the
comment.
post, yeah.
They can
not-
comment, but they can't
They
post.
can't post
Right.
it,
Okay.
yeah.
yes.
Okay, block user from page group for 30 days or longer. But now, if you have the third offense, remove a block or longer in the case of serious offenses.
And we can't really block them from the website.
No, that shouldn't even be an issue because they can't comment,
Yeah.
they can't post on the website or
We
put
need to
anything on
take
the
that
website.
out.
Okay, which one do you want me to take out?
So third offense, removal of post,
Block
block
user,
user from page,
pager slash
page
group.
slash group for 30 days or longer in case of serious offenses. to be determined by the
Offensive should be offenses.
Which will be determined by the association's board,
Uh-huh.
and the board.
Well, but what's a serious? I mean, this says this is your third offense. So if this is your third, what's a serious?
Or it depends if it's
think it's a
before.
discussion of the board.
Right, I mean, their first two
Okay.
might have been just offensive, and then the third one was over the
Like
top.
egregious, like since I'm going out, I'm gonna go out with a bang.
Yeah,
Okay, once the user is blocked from the site and wants to return, he, she is invited, I changed that to he, she, not that is invited, to the association office for a face-to-face discussion with whom? Is the whole board gonna do it? Is community management gonna do it?
Invited to the association. I would, not even an office, maybe that would be like a hearing. How
Yeah,
do you feel about that? Well,
Yeah.
in front of the
just do it
board.
Yeah, but you gotta tell who they're gonna meet to.
with the
A
board.
hearing before the board.
Okay, so once the user is blocked from the site and wants to return, he, she is invited to the association office for a face-to-face discussion.
Don't say discuss,
Just-
just say hearing before the board.
Hearing before the board. Invited to a hearing before the board.
Okay. For a,
Can't imagine anyone caring about posting on that, what you're commenting on a website that much.
okay, anytime after the third offense. In addition to any other remedy allowed.
Take out paragraph 5 entirely.
Oh,
Just
good.
take 5 out altogether.
Hot damn. Oh, well, I thought,
Okay,
you mean to tell me that the legal
Didn't we
approved
want to
this?
take some of this stuff? and
so
put it
you
back
and your cat have to
for
make your.
disciplinary action against?
Wait, no, I'm serious, when I get on my laptop, she gets up there and next thing I know, she's lying across the keys. And I'm constantly doing,
My dog does that. And
So-
actually what mine does.
We were
is
seeing if
So
this.
now
in my
what?
hand.
Guys,
It's silent on that so far.
are we
Correct.
voting on
Yeah, we
this,
should
or we
leave where
just
it is.
referring
Okay.
it back to you to retype it? What's going on?
She's gonna retype it and then send it to us and we would say, yes, go for it.
So Sherry, this is gonna stay intact. Remember how we were discussing putting that back here?
board member,
Yeah, board member,
just leave it as this,
just leave it with it.
okay.
Ah,
Just
So
make sure.
I think we're done with this, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So other business, everything, next.
I do think this is better.
Yep, we can go around the horn. If anybody has neighborhood updates.
No changes, they finally painted the front gate.
They painted your front gate.
Yeah.
They didn't do
to,
your curbs.
community.
They still haven't done your curbs yet though.
Not yet,
Yay, right.
they just got the gates painted and had
So,
it, the computer control for entry, it was updated because it wasn't working.
Your call box,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
your call box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still working on our parking enforcement. That's something that's gonna be continuing. Getting that done. And, we're gonna finish off the year with the last of our landscaping in the front gate area. We just had a walkthrough with part 3, so we're gonna be probably sending something to you. We have a lot of, we need to update our bubbler. They're really getting lots of leaks. Our water bill was phenomenal. I mean, it was just leak after leak, and some people don't, I try to walk it, but it's not my job. And I keep asking neighbors, if you see something, let us know. But I mean, it runs and runs, and finally I see it running down the street in front of my house, so I go around searching.
I saw.
I'm trying to save everybody money, but, and I asked them, please, just send something in Facebook or something. I know you don't wanna, whatever, just let us know if you see a leak.
I asked, when I first saw that, Kimberly, Northern Terrace, and she says it's private property, so you can't go on it, you can't take a picture of it to show to somebody, she can't do anything. I said, when I was walking my dog, I would see them all the time, the emitters, and they're just, nobody seems to care.
On private property?
What,
Yeah.
why?
You know, just knock on the door, tell them.
She told me that.
Well, she might not be able to as a community manager, but there's nothing
It
preventing
says
it.
I can't.
Yeah,
do
well,
it.
I'm not saying that.
We do it all the time.
They can't miss it, it's sprouting like
If
this.
they're inside,
Well, yeah,
if
but
they're
it
nose
never
in
come
front of
out.
the TV, they
I
don't.
mean, we
know.
talked about, I think this at a couple,
When I've
call the
done
water
that, I
authority.
knock people's doors.
Call us,
I
they
walk
can
in
fix
there, all the time.
But I'm actually talking about our community park area.
Oh,
I mean, it's just,
Well, now you all got the notice from the water company about limiting your thing to 4 or 5 minutes for 3 times a day.
and that doesn't help either, I
Can you
see.
have 100 dead plants?
sorry, what?
100 dead plants?
Well, we have an irrigation system.
Yeah, but if you go down to 3 or 4 minutes a time, it's
Not gonna water.
not, especially it's not gonna want to train.
Yeah,
Treatment end of that.
Well, you know what I would say about that, so I'm not gonna say it.
Get rid of the tree.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
well, we're looking to, next year when we do that middle, we have tons of grass, we want to get rid of the majority.
Yeah, you should do that
Brandon
quick
should
while
be
the,
Yeah.
reaching out to SNWA for an application to
Oh.
convert.
Yeah, that's what part 3 already told us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna, that's a next year's budget, no, this year, that's the last one. It's a small amount of grass, but we're gonna start there. We're gonna remove and put some just rock and plants and maybe a little sidewalk.
Have them look at it though, because the rebate may go down next year, so you might want to get top dollar for what they're offering now.
Oh,
in
really?
comparison to what they may offer next year. And
I
maybe
thought it
lower
was,
in the
he
rebate.
told us 2027 was the ending for getting rebates, but.
Yeah,
it's-
but
But they're
rebate
gonna
goes down.
lower it every
Oh.
single year.
Oh, well, maybe we should get a,
You want to apply now?
yeah, maybe that's. a
yeah,
good
right
idea.
now they're paying, but it's gonna be mandatory without any compensation.
Later on.
Right,
in the future.
yeah, yeah,
So-
no,
We've been dealing with
that's a
Hillary
good idea.
Francis, and I can send you her email. She works for SNWA. That's who they're dealing with currently.
Oh, okay.
Kimberly did that at Vernon Terrace about 2 years ago. She redid the common area. And she put down grass and then a border of rocks, and they got off the yellow flowers that everybody hated. But for doing that, planting the flowers and the rocks, the order gave her $6,000 off. So she says, I don't give a damn if they die, which they haven't. But yeah, and that, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm jumping in.
No, I'll check it out.
No, Nancy went first. She gave her.
I was done. I was
Yeah, it was just me and
We
now
were
it's your
just
turn.
kibitzing.
Okay. Well, I talked to Kimberly. We were talking about water and trying to start conserving a little. And so one of the things we came up with was maybe when she sends a bulletin out once a month or something, I put a little suggestion on what, trying to start now saving some water. One of the things I realized is I have 2 dogs and a cat, and they all have their water bowls. And I was just filling up the water bowl all the time. Well, I decided I could fill it up halfway and not do it full way and use some bottled water. And the same thing when I wash the bowls. When you wash dishes, sometimes you just leave the water running as you do this and maybe start turning the water off. Just little things to start to get used to this.
You wash dishes by hand?
I'm
Yes,
one person.
I do.
Do you know, if you wait till I fill up
I
my
don't believe in a
dishwasher.
dishwasher.
once a
I
month.
run my
That's what
dishwasher
commercials
once every 2 weeks. That's what my dishwasher.
But there's nothing in my
does, so the
dishwasher.
motor
One
doesn't
person.
freeze, And the motor will freeze. So he said once every 2 weeks is good. So that's what I do. But I hand wash it.
Mine is for storage.
I turn the water off, but
What do you
also
store it in?
It's a dry.
I'm gonna fill the
Yeah,
water
that's what I
bottle
do too. I
with
use
the
it
dog. I have a cold water bottle that I put in there, but when I do it once a day in the morning, I take that remaining water and I water my houseplants.
See, there are a lot of little things that people could do to start conserving water, because despite what everybody thinks, water's gonna be a big issue, and we should be.
Any water you put down the drain here though gets recaptured.
That down the drains, but there's a lot of water that doesn't get captured, plus they're building like crazy around here.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I know, have you
don't
heard about the
understand
42,000 acres south of here that's gonna be put up for sale?
But just what you were talking about before the meeting.
Yeah,
It's all BLM land.
yeah, and what do you think they're gonna, and there's no water on there at all, so that's 42,000 acres, we're gonna have to figure it out about what they're gonna put on, what's gonna be using water.
Well, all I can think is the city and the state of Nevada wants all that property tax money.
Well, yeah, but it's not gonna do them any good if there's, well, gee, we have this beautiful house, but guess what? You only get 1 gallon of water. I mean, we don't control the water source
You
here.
live on dirt or concrete?
Well, my brother and sister-in-law have a house up in Cedar City. She keeps me apprised of what's going on with water and the lake and everything else. She said they had been talking every single day up there about what to do about the water. It's raining.
The airlifting water over here from the Mississippi.
Anything for you, Paul?
So we're done?
That'd be short, no.
Bill, you?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
All right,
Motion to adjourn.
And away we go. 1, 2, 3.
I motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Deirdre.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Sharon.
Okay, and Felicia, I should be able to get